What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas, mate. Looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. And we back. It's just a fan. We are excited to be here one more time with the gang. How y'all doing today? Up top, right above me, we have the one, the only, the best on the mic. Up there in Indiana, running the fashion shows, Uniqo Williams. How you doing?
What's good, everybody, man? Before I it's not about me. First off, I just gotta say, I gotta do my best impression here. Hey, it's Gilbert Godfrey here. Rest in peace, Gilbert Godfrey.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. to go.
And to the top right, we have also from Indiana, the legend, your local neighborhood scumbag. How you doing, Dator?
You already know, ready to give the folks that daily dose of dirt bag and keep it moving.
I feel that. And then to sit with me, the legend himself, friendly neighborhood beanie man with a nice haircut today. How you doing today, Monterey?
Oh, what's
looking mad cute, son.
Local neighborhood, friendly neighborhood, always good. Beanie Man back again, ready to let y'all know what we got in just a fan. I am floating in space because I am a little drowsy, but we gonna find ourselves grounded soon enough. Don't worry. Let me know what we're talking about.
Yes. Today we got a lot to talk about. We got Morbius. People didn't like it. Sonic 2. People seem to like it.
People liked it.
Cam Newton gets what the internet is now. We taking snippets of things we don't like, and we sending it to our crowd, and our crowd judges it. And Will and Jada again. And apparently, Jada didn't do nothing but take insults. And somehow she's the target of all this hate. We're going to discuss it, and we're going to discuss it real quick. But first, we're going to start with Morbius. I don't know if y'all seen Morbius. It is, I tried to watch it, but I fell asleep. It is very slow. It is very slow. And so I just watched the review on the YouTube. It's not as bad as Fantastic Four, the second one, when you thought you gonna see the Fantastic Four and they just in an office the whole time. Like, bro, why are these superheroes just in the office the whole movie? Like, they just in a building and they just hanging out, and the whole movie is just them in the building.
No. That's like Friday. They were just on the porch the whole time. But that meant to be low budget.
Only they were on the porch with superpowers.
with no comedy at all. With no comedy.
Mad serious on the porch. I ain't never been on a serious porch in my life.
2.5 hour runtime.
But Morbius is people mad at the ending. I don't know. I don't really know what happened most of the movie. I just saw spoilers, like I said. But the ending, apparently, Sony just made their own rules that didn't make any sense, and people are really upset about that.
They're like, we're Shanghai and Spider-Man in this mug. You better quit playing.
And Sonic 2 is loved, and of course, Jim Carrey doing his thing as Eggman, and Idris Elba. You could tell by the preview that movie was gonna be amazing. Like, you got a black Knuckles. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. Knuckles is
like, okay.
Knuckles is
He's from Uganda. He's from Uganda. We know that. It's canon.
Hey, let's go. Name it up.
So, Black Knuckles, you know he's gonna make it
on.
We
still gotta have a black person play Shadow.
I haven't even seen it yet, but I heard straight good things about it. But Monte, let us know your thoughts on this different dynamic of these two very hyped movies and why they went the way they went.
Well, you really call them hyped? Like, I'm pretty sure April snuck up and when nobody just like, oh snap, boy, this Morbius, this Sonic better be a bit minute. I don't quite think everybody was on them kind of trains. I'm just a hound. But Morbius, I'm not surprised. I already said in plenty of videos earlier before this that I was afraid for that movie. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. I told you I was afraid for it. So I'm not surprised. Now, is the movie as bad as people are saying? Because just to give y'all, maybe a little bit of context, the currently on Rotten Tomatoes is sitting at like a 16. Metacritic is sitting at like a 35. most of the audience ratings got it, around like three out of 5 stars, somewhere in the area.
Are they trolling?
It's not as bad as people make it. It's a very basic movie. It's not gonna blow you out the water with any kind of plot surprises. You pretty much can predict where everything's gonna go. So it's not horrible. It's like, okay, somebody said this. I remember somebody saying it was like, okay, it's like if a movie came on like FX or something like that, or came on like Comedy Central. It's like, it's all right. I'll go ahead and let it sit and just let it play while I, give me something to eat, something like that. Like, it's one of those movies that's what people are describing. It's like, okay, it's all right. It's all right. So it's not a horrible movie, but critics and fans ain't too pleased with it. The second weekend just went by, didn't go so well. So it's not officially a flop or anything by standards right now. It's a little early to call anything like that, but it's not a good outlook. So, and for the post-credit scene, for anybody watching, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, but the post-credit scene don't make no sense. I'm just gonna be real with you. It don't quite make any sense. The only way it's gonna make any sense is depending on what Marvel does in like its next movie or two. That lets you know it don't make any sense. If it's depending on what Marvel does, it don't make no sense. So that just let you know right there, it don't make no damn sense. Sonic, I'm pleasantly happy because I think we can officially say that this might be the first, in my recent memory at least, y'all might can correct me if I remember right, it's the first recent successful video game movie franchise that I can recall in my lifetime. Like, most of the other video game movies have been bad. Like, they haven't really been able to take off the ground, haven't been able to get past one movie. This is pretty much the first one they've used a straight up video game character and it worked. And they've hit it for 2 movies. They've said they're gonna try to make a franchise out of it. Though Jim Carrey is, hinting about some retirement. And it's gonna be a bit sad. We definitely understand, Jim Carrey's had a very successful movie career. So if he retires, I think they already said they're not gonna replace Dr. Eggman. They're just gonna wing it. And Jim Carrey in the movie, I don't know if they're gonna be able to make it, but either way, it's very well done, and I'm pleasantly happy with that. Morbius, it is what it is. I'm expecting the same thing when Kraven the Hunter solo movie come out and whatever other people that will pop up at this point. So.
Uniqo, tell me your thoughts on Morbius and everything that's going on right now.
I mean, I had I wouldn't say high hopes, but I was willing to give it a chance. And just this past Saturday, I literally asked in our group chat, like, man, should I go see Morbius or should I see the movie about the girl in the multiverse? And I think that one might be better. And yeah, I ended up just going to pay for my plates and my license. So with that being said, I just skipped it all the way together. But I mean, from what I've seen, it is what it is. Morbius is what we expected it to be. It received the acclaim that we all knew it was going to get, which was not very much, because we don't trust Sony. So that is what it is. And then Sonic, I'm not surprised. I actually didn't go see the first Sonic because I thought it would be bad. And Sonic was my first Sega Genesis game. So like, that was my first system. So I really have a lot of love for Sonic. So, and then I eventually watched on Hulu and I was like, oh, hey, this not too bad. It's like just kiddie enough, but like it appeals to the adult audience too, slide in a couple of jokes, a little pop culture reference or so. So it was cool. And so I'm not surprised. And I knew that Knuckles would be a huge addition because we all love everyone's favorite game that is stackable, Sonic and Knuckles. That was a crazy concept for that video game. Like, stack this cartridge on top of this cartridge and now you can play as Knuckles. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. So yeah, I'm not surprised about either one of these movies, the outcome, because one we had no faith in, and the other one, I mean, come on, man. They got McDonald's toys. So when you get McDonald's toys, you get a W. Morbius did not have McDonald's toys. That's where I'm at.
That is true. By the way, I want to give Jared Leto credit because he tries his best in all these movies, but they keep giving him bad movies. Like, bro, nobody wants that version of the Joker, bro. That's the least popular version of the Joker, and they gave him the least popular version. Gangster Joker, everybody know that Joker, the one that was the mob leader. He's literally the worst version of the Joker. Then you get Morbius, who is kind of a cool character, but it's hard to like make important without having like a world built already. So you basically calling him the
Definitely need Spider-Man.
He's literally, you literally made him the person of this world, the first person in this world that we know of, because we don't know. It could be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it could be Andrew Garfield, but there's no mention of Spider-Man in this world. And by the way, after Tori speak, I'm on to spoil it, so I'm gonna give y'all a spoiler warning. So skip about a minute after I tell y'all this, but you gave him a person that's not popular in an origin story that no one cared about, and said, "Hey, make it work because you're amazing. You're an amazing actor." So I want to actually give him credit. You might have to do like Denzel and just stop taking these horrible roles. Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Morbius
He might have had that kind of choosing power.
Man, Ezra Miller got two dope characters, and he literally is ruining every movie he's in.
And you see what just happened to Ezra Miller, right? Like the DC just like put on pause everything that they got coming because of him. You clearly see just what happened. It ain't pretty.
Yeah, he's Flash, and he's that guy in Fantastical Beasts, in which he's an important character. But if you watch that,
the lame one.
If you watch the second and third one,
with the snake.
Yeah, if you watch the second and third one, bro, he's literally like, he's a main character, but he's literally feels like the most unimportant character there ever was. Like, hey, bro, put Johnny Depp or the new guy back. The Hannibal.
He got a really plain face.
Yeah, he's like really forgettable. And he could get these roles. I promise you, Jared Leto could get one of these roles and actually do a way better job. And there's no shot at Ezra Miller because we shout out him because he wants to go one-on-one with the Klan in North Carolina.
Yeah, he's invited to the barbecue. Just don't act.
Yeah,
don't pretend to be black, bro. Just sit there and chill. And if we do karaoke,
you better
do not try to fight us because we will jump you.
You better believe it.
Do not.
You better have some self-editing going on.
No, you know the story, right? Why he went to jail overseas? They had karaoke, he got mad because they did karaoke.
Oh.
So I was like, if we do karaoke, do not try to start a fight. We will stump you out of here.
He get packed out.
You know what I'm saying? Tori, your thoughts on these two movies, and then I'm going to spoil for y'all.
I think I got a curse because it feels like every movie, I'm like, this movie's probably going to be bad. And then it's amazing, which is great. And then I'm like, this movie might be okay. And then it's just blah. And that's what it was with Morbius. It is a really slow movie. All the words that everyone's already, it was really basic. And it sucks because Jared Leto, he's got range as an actor. Like, I thought the combination, I was like, super pretty boy vampire, that's how you got dang hit that urban housewife market, and he missed the mark. But the writers missed the mark. He was Michael Morbius for all intents and purposes.
I found him interesting. It's just the story was long and boring.
Yeah, the story itself, like I said, the writing was just lackluster.
It's like
I do want to give a shout out to Morbius from the Spider-Man animated series. That was a very interesting arc. I liked it, and that gave way to another arc, which would be Man Spider. So I mean, if they gonna recover this thing, we're gonna have to do some.
That was everyone's thoughts when we were thinking a Morbius movie, because that's the storyline that everyone remembers.
Yep.
But it ain't no.
But that's not.
It ain't no Spider-Man here.
There's no Spider-Man, so we can't.
Like,
the one thing
and as far as Sonic,
Monte did ask this question though. Can he lead a series? Can he lead without a Spider-Man?
It was.
I don't think Morbius can. Morbius is a side character.
Yeah,
I mean, he does have some comics on his own. It's based on some of the Morbius comics. It's just.
But them wasn't like.
Yeah, but I'm saying. He's got side character vibes. Like he feels like he should be being helped to do something, or he comes in to specifically help somebody do something. I don't know what mainstay storyline problem we're gonna send Morbius to fix.
The same problem you're gonna have with Kraven. If Kraven not hunting Wolverine or Spider-Man, like what's the point of Kraven?
If there's not somebody that only he can track, I feel like there's some more room to, but I have nothing to say about Craven
And
coming.
Madam Web is
I
barely
got nothing
even
to say, 'cause
used,
it
so I
always
don't know
goes the
how y'all gonna
opposite
make
of
that
what I
work
pray
without
for.
Spider-Man. They gonna have to bring Spider-Man in sooner.
I know that's my main thing. They keep on trying to like. Yes, Spider-Man has an extensive rogues gallery, but I don't think all of them are feature film
Not every
worthy.
universe gets a Joker, you know, and I kind of care.
No.
The only person that
No.
survived Spider-Man ended up not even being a Spider-Man villain in the end is Kingpin. Kingpin moved on to Daredevil after a while because Spider-Man went to Avengers. So that like, Daredevil handled this thing.
Everybody.
Once you stop being local, I can't. You
Yeah, like
you
Spider-Man.
left New York.
Yeah,
We good.
Spider-Man went to the Avengers. They're like, hey, Daredevil, this dude's still hanging out in New York. You go take care of him now.
Yeah.
like, okay. So now he's official. That's why you never see him in the Spider-Man movie before, because he became officially part of Daredevil's universe more so. That's why you saw him in, even when Sony owns it, you see him in Hawkeye, you see him in Daredevil on Netflix. That's why you saw him in. You did see him in the animated show but they got a little certain deals with animated. It's different from live action, so.
But he's not a standalone character.
Yeah, Kingpin might could stand alone, but
Kingpin might have an interesting little 10.
But you met Echo, and Echo kind of stands alone, and that's his niece, and then you know his story with her father and all that stuff can probably get a story arc off.
Go ahead and get your spoiler going, so I cannot listen, because I do actually want to give that movie a chance and watch it.
Oh, it's the end credits. It don't matter. The end credits. Basically, what the end credits is the Vulture shows up randomly, and he's like, I don't know how I got here. Hopefully, the food's good in this universe. I'm like, how do you know you're in another universe? How did you?
Yeah.
Didn't everybody go to that universe because Spider-Man was in that universe? How did you go to that universe? And then he was like, I guess Spider-Man did something. I'm like, bro, they went to that universe. Nobody went to another universe.
Doesn't it feel like they're just sort of begging for Marvel help? They're like, come on, don't you want to save us just a little bit, please?
Monte Tor, it doesn't make sense. Like, how did he get in y'all universe when the spell was for their universe?
I thought it felt like studio pandering. Like, they're like, hey, Feige, look at how badly we've done this. Don't you want to come make Marvel intellectual property great again?
Tor, like, I'm telling you, Tor, the guy just shows up and we're like, how did I get here? I hope the food better in this universe.
I saw it.
And I'm like, what? Why are you here? And he's like, I don't know how I got here. So you couldn't even write a storyline of how he got here. You basically just tried to use what Marvel did. No wonder this movie came out after. Because y'all had no way to write him into the movie. So y'all like, hey, we're going to try to use this even though it don't make sense. That's Sony for you, dog. That's all I can say. And
like I said, it's a cry for help.
I'm like, they need something. Like, hey, bro, Spider-Man killing it. Maybe y'all just need to ask Kevin Feige.
Exactly.
Hey, what did Kevin Feige say about after the second Spider-Man? Hey, listen, y'all ain't got this. I got this. And they were like, okay. And then ever since, we getting the first one to get past the trilogy, dog. The first one to get past the trilogy.
Yep, he absolutely.
Well, actually, the first
got more than 3 out of them.
And Tom Holland got a lot of movies coming, so I'm looking. That's basically basically the end of that little rant, because it didn't. I don't know how you. I don't know who wrote that and thought that they could make this make sense. You could have just.
It was very, very weird.
Mate. They could have just said he was a variant version of the Vulture, and it would have solved all. He's not the Vulture from this universe. Like, that's all you gotta do.
Bro, I stopped bothering, man. I stopped bothering. I'm just like, you know what? Sony just gonna do stuff with these solo movies of their characters, of the villains of the the villains of the Spider-Man franchise. They already got Craven. They already did Venom.
Madam Web.
Like, whoever they want to continue to do it.
That don't make no sense without Spider-Man, though.
I mean, some of the villains can have their own thing independent of him. Like, Venom is
none of the spider-based villains.
Venom, but they made Venom kind of stand alone in the comic books too.
No, like some of the comic books.
Venom is a standalone character,
so you can do that with some of them.
He started as a side character and evolved into a standalone character.
Like, you can do.
We got King in Black from Venom.
Just some of them. Boy, you think I was afraid of that Morbius one? What do y'all see my outlook of when the first Craven the Hunter one come out?
Who's Craven gonna hunt like animals in the wild?
Man,
Yeah, if it's just gonna be a movie about him going like moose hunting, I don't know.
They gonna spend like an hour with him doing like showing the coming up as Craven the Hunter kind of stuff.
man, I'm telling you, bro. If they
There's
make
gonna be a
Craven the
good
Hunter,
15-minute segment of him identifying animal droppings.
Craven the Hunter better not be a version of Clayton from Disney, bro. I promise I'm gonna be that.
That would be.
He better not be no version of Clayton from freaking Disney, man.
That would be hilarious.
I'm done. Go something else.
That would be money.
And we have other news. We have Cam Newton getting taken out of context. It's a typical thing, getting taken out of context.
Welcome to the internet.
People hear half of your words. They put sections together. And of course, everybody need a story to make money. Why? Because the more eyes you got, the more dollars. So guess what we gonna do? We not even gonna read the article. We just gonna stand out here and straight up give you whatever words they say without full context, without hearing anything they say. And then guess what? A specific audience, no matter what it is lately, whether it's political,
The women.
in this case it's the women, but if you do something conservatives don't like, they do it. Liberals don't like, they do it. Men don't like, they do it. Entertainment fans don't do it, they don't. But if you a Beyonce stan, you say something, somebody will take it out of context and send it to the Beyonce. That's how the internet is today, because somebody know that if they got a stan culture, they will react to it. So I just put an article out and have the title titled something crazy just to give you, even if in the article,
inflammatory.
even if the article says he didn't even mean it like that, which that article did, by the way. It leaves this whole quote in there, but the article title says this. And as you know, if you ever been on the internet, and you know if you yourself, most people don't read no article. we see a headline and get upset. So, Uniqo, how do you feel about these people using titles to anger the mob?
Man, the mob is always ready. They love that fire. They need that fire. They want that fire. They need something to keep them going every single day. This week it was Cam Newton. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Barstool Sports put that exact quote out because they knew it was going to get the clicks and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yes, we got him.
And I don't think did they put that out? Because I think they like Cam though. I think he was like one of their friends. So I don't think they put that out.
The interview has been out for one day on YouTube. So I mean, somebody woke up, shows violence, and this is supposed to be a show about business and stuff. And then they happen to ask him, and they asked him to there was a couple times like they asked like where he was talking about dudes. He was like, man, some of the scrubs or something like that. He said, or something like that. But basically, he was just talking about, you know, men being men. Men need to step up and be men. Like, and then he went on to talk about the kind of woman he likes. He wants a woman that cooks, you know, because he was talking about the difference between bad bitches and boss bitches. And he said with a, you know, bad bitch, you know, they just walk around and look the part. Boss bitch, you know, they pay for their stuff. They don't need nobody, that whole kind of thing. And then he was just like, you know, he said, but can you cook? You know, he's talking about that's what he wants in his woman is a woman that can cook. I think there's no greater act of love than other than having your baby than to be a good meal, man. A good meal. Come on, man. So what's wrong with wanting a woman that can cook? And then, you know,
hey, what a Michael Irvin clip it. The women don't cook no more. What the recipe? We lose the recipes.
and the other part of it is that you know, in Cam's situation, more than likely he's going to be the breadwinner. Whatever girl he with, he's more than likely going to be he's signed a franchise quarterback deal after his rookie deal. Been in Super Bowl, he's got money. So no matter what situation he's in, he's probably gonna be the breadwinner where the woman doesn't have to do anything. He's just saying, can he get a meal? And I got this. You know what I'm saying? I got this as the breadwinner in that situation. He didn't say I'm not gonna listen to her or nothing like that. And women shouldn't have an opinion. I just think his situation is very unique. He's probably going to be the breadwinner. Now you get in a situation where it's Kanye and Kim. I don't think Kanye needs to come out there talking about Kim needs to cook. You know,
Hire
I,
chef
I
and they
don't think
cook
he's
Yeah.
so. But Cam's situation, more than likely, he's not about to be
I
getting
bet she
with.
be cooking for Pete though.
I don't know, man. They might have ramen every now and then. Let her do it, but at the end of the day, that's ramen.
I bet
That's
them new tapes
you
gonna
gotta
be
let
freaky.
people. You gotta you. It's just like them pastors back in the day, man. They just read you one verse out of the Bible, but there's a whole big story
Oh, okay.
line. So you can't be like love your neighbor, and then just like the next line is like unless he fuck your bitch. You just read
Okay,
that.
there we go. Okay.
So that
There's
being
the kind of pastor I was thinking of.
hey man, shout out to that crip walking pastor with the long hair from back, Pastor X. That
Shout
nigga
out
was,
Crip Jesus.
but that's where I'm at, man. Who's up next?
We want to hear Torium next. We're gonna let Monte compose his thoughts.
Yeah.
It sounds like
No, let's
good
go.
brother Newton has just ran into the intranet for the first time.
No, this
in the
isn't
court of
contact. He told a woman. Oh, just for context, Tori, a woman was asking him a question about a football player. His response was, "How would you know you're a woman?" Essentially.
oh
So this is a
well,
second
death
misogynistic.
to the patriarchy. No, I'm kidding. I think if it's been taken out of context like that is the internet. When you are a person of any kind of influence at all, whatever you say, there's a chance somebody's going to clip it, and then it's going to be clickbait, and then it's going to be in the shade room, or it's going to be on No Jumper, or it's going to be in one of these other random inflammatory blog sites, and you're going to get a bunch of bad publicity that's either going to end your career or you're going to segue it into just being notoriety, which at the end of the day will help your career. So, I mean, as long as they don't like, there's no video of him like slapping a woman telling him that his turkey's dry, I think he'll be all right.
We do. Well,
Most in that situation would be all right if they just did not.
yes,
If
I
they
don't think you need it. We don't. I'm gonna tell you on it. Monte, save us.
But Cam, okay, you gotta look at a couple things with it. One, we are in the something like a weird period of the NFL season where after the first bunch of trades or whatever, generally just waiting for something to talk about when it comes to NFL, until the draft happened and that kind of stuff. And then after the draft until like preseason starts. You don't really have nothing to talk about. So if something pops up with an NFL player, media gonna try to jump on it. It's just how that goes, especially in the sports world after these NBA finals. Anybody in the NFL or NBA world do something, they're gonna go for it. So that's one.
Over.
Two, people have to remember Cam is susceptible to this because he already had a comment that was worse than this, I guess I can say.
It was an actually bad comment. This one ain't
was,
really bad.
he was talking about
so feminists already had blood. Okay, so there was already blood in the water.
That whole incident. He already is somebody that could be jumped on for something like this. The sad fact about it,
he got L plus ratioed.
He ain't really say nothing that bad. That's the sad fact about it. Like just like we were saying earlier, like the media, they take one part, and this happens in pretty much maybe 80-90% of articles nowadays that are done, that they take something that's going to be an attention grabber, an eye opener, a small part of whatever might be said or whatever's talked about, and they'll put it in their heading to get your attention. That's how a lot of articles are just made.
Russell Wilson is corny.
Like anything like that, you'd be like, or take Will and Jada for that, be like, Will smack Chris Rock or something like that. Not just to put that on there, not to necessarily say, why it happened, just to get your attention.
Will Smith's gonna get jumped by the 10 Rock brothers.
They took the one part of his entire segment from the podcast that would trigger people, and it just happened to be the one where it's the word "be quiet." Like
signal boosted the shit out of it.
And shoot off to the moon where it's he thinks that women should have specific roles, that they're subservient to men, and
shut up.
Generally how that mode of thought.
Not gender roles. Oh no.
Make sure you clip this part. Clip this part for us, Zelmay, where I said cook and shut up, so people think that that's how I feel.
I'm putting it on TikTok too.
We know that.
Oh
If
no,
you
we
don't judge,
lost them.
ain't no
It's
acts
slowly.
going on around here.
I'm tagging feminism and all that. I'm tagging all of it. It's over.
Uniqo's one of
Oh,
the
well, this is the part where I said death to the
let's just have it
patriarchy.
go.
I'm
When
still
you
trying to
say
get
anything
into
Tori said he's trying to
like,
grow his women audience, so he gonna say death to the patriarchy.
Yeah, I was gonna say clip the death to the patriarchy.
I mean, Cam, let's just have it go. It's bad for Cam because he's right now a free agent. Like he hasn't signed. He's off the 1 year deal he was on last year. So right now he's a free agent. And this kind of publicity don't look good for him when he already doesn't have the recent football track record to support it. Unlike last time. Last time when you was franchise quarterback, okay, fine, then your team might be more willing to support you. Now he's not under any contract. Last 2 seasons doesn't look that good, and now it's like, oh God. So it's even worse on him when, like I said, the initial comments of what he said, ain't really that bad. Like literally, when you take the entire context of what he said, he starts off, I grew up in a 3-parent household. My parents have been married for, I want to say like 30 years, something like that. Speaking from his experiences,
38, 37 or 38 years. Yeah.
Like, so he's taking that and he's like, he's separating all that. He's like, all these bad dudes and all that kind of stuff, like they out here just showboating and stuff, but you're missing the groundedness of what would make you a good wife, stuff like that. And then that's essentially what he's saying. And then he takes things like, you don't know how to cook, or you don't know how to be quiet, or you don't know how to allow a man to lead, stuff like that. And it's not demeaning women or anything like that. He's just speaking from his own experience, what he sees, what he knows works. And especially when he said, like, talking about be quiet, the way he was saying it wasn't even really in reference to trying to.
Can we say something? Everybody need to learn to be quiet sometime.
Yes, that's the point. There are times that everybody, it ain't nothing dealing with men or women. There are times in everybody's lives where you need to know when to speak and when to be quiet and listen and understand, like, to pay attention and know your situation, to know your surroundings, to know when to speak, when not to speak, all that kind of stuff. That's wisdom. That's maturity. He's just saying that in general. But then, when you say the word be quiet, okay, you're thinking like they should only be speak when spoken to. And you know how
he was not saying
media just take one thing, go out the way. And they ain't even mean it like that. But like I said, because, the pre-existing factors, Cam, he had something like this happen negatively before. Right now, he's not in a good place NFL-wise. And, then this comes out, it's like so naturally, my man just trying to, dress with the swag and, live his life. But that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Hey, clip this. Women need to get in the kitchen and be quiet. Is what they're saying. That Cam Newton has said.
Yeah,
that's what they feel like he said. That's what they feel like he said.
But see, if you just clip that part, that's what they'll think that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm clipping this and I'm putting
Uniqo women belong in the kitchen.
Uniqo and T Rams are the ops. Oh no!
No, Tori said he against the patriarchy, so he said he good.
Yeah. I said death to the patriarchy earlier. I'm safe.
Me and Zelmay are.
I'm still trying to get into some weird BDSM stuff.
Me and Zelmay are slightly militant chicks. We do not associate with these other two people in this podcast that wants to destroy human society. We love you, women. Do what you want to do. All power.
Hey, I just want to say, my Dungeons and Dragons characters are always chaotic evil. We letting it burn around here.
We're not with those two ops, wherever they are on this screen. We're not with it.
Hey, just a quick side note. Tia Cooper was out dancing with dolphins and stuff with Alvin Kamara. So we know we love her.
Dolphins be trying to pipe down people.
And she is really attractive to me.
Mate, say this show. I don't know what's going on. Mate. I don't know
that segment.
So anyway,
movie about that win an Oscar.
Who?
Did a movie about that win an Oscar? I don't think
what about Dwight Howard and Tia Cooper?
No, we're talking about what Tori talking about. One in a fish, like some woman in a fish or something.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like some crazy film festival type stuff. But I just know they'd be saying that dolphins be trying to smash people.
Man, Tia Cooper. So about
Oh, I got some quick. We got some quick stuff that I want to get to. First off, I want to talk about how can musicians nowadays really separate themselves from everybody else? Because I know there's a lot of low album sales that's coming out. We don't want to say this in a negative way because she seemed like a very dope person. But like
double tinfoil.
Yeah. Coyle Ray had 11K. You know the YNG boys, whatever their name is, they don't sell well. Smoke Perp is essentially gone after he sold for like 2K. I'm like, shoot, we can sell that. So
he went double brown paper bag.
Bro, you could have just played on your phone for a whole month, and for a whole weekend you could have sold more than that.
You could have got your streams up way better.
But how can a young artist? No, and I'm not even saying she's doing bad because I know it's new Rams now. Because do they even have to do good? Because TikTok and all these other things are now a part of the show. Just a quick thing. What do y'all think? How can these artists get more views? Is it even necessary? I should say, for them to get these views. Because
I think in the case of Coyle Ray, Coyle Ray's a special case because
TikTok
with her dad being Benzino, I feel like.
Did she call him broke a few days ago?
Because I've listened to some of her songs. And like she's got a catchy, but it just doesn't translate. I feel like the people that are listening to her music aren't the people that are opening Spotify or going to all these places where streams are actually getting credited. I mean, SoundCloud's tried to become that, but at the end of the day, SoundCloud's still SoundCloud. You know what I mean? And those streams don't count when you're getting certified, unless it's on SoundCloud Go. And who's paying for that? Any of you?
I
didn't think
that's where I like put my show at and stuff. But I don't know what I'm paying. I feel you though. I feel you.
But I'm saying it's really like a lot of these underground artists that are getting traction. We're actually, for the first time in a long time, I feel like we're actually seeing homegrown movements in hip hop again. Like places are actually supporting the rappers whether you look at like the New York drill scene from 504 and to Chef G to RIP Pop Smoke.
You got a fire song.
Then you can go. You go to California. You go to LA. You got the Baby Stone Gorillas. You got Draco who just died. You got Ralphie the Plug. You got Blue Bucks Clan. You can go to Detroit and you've got freaking BSB the Pac-Man. You got freaking Sada Baby. You got what I'm really getting at is where's Coyle Ray from? I don't think she has.
Question. I don't know.
For her in general in this study, I feel like she doesn't have like that.
She has a TikTok
hometown fan base that sort of helps you get that boost your numbers to where you get that national acclaim.
I think her hometown is TikTok.
So I think it. Well, she probably does numbers on TikTok.
She does ridiculous numbers. Them little
dancing and whatnot. I've been seeing her. And people got them brace fetishes, and she got braces. Nigga, America's freaky.
There it is. We was waiting for something.
Uniqo. I thought the tour was finished.
No. Really, I think that for these new artists, they really need to, as far as streaming numbers, cultivate actual hometown fan base, and eventually your streams. Well, you get so many people in one place, freaking streaming your music. That's how you get on these different playlists, sort of signing to a record label and having them pay to put you on one.
Uniqo.
My quick thing is, I just want to first put this out here about Coyle Ray. I am physically attracted to her, and then but I heard a couple of the little songs that I think she was featured on a couple times, but I
heard the one with Nicki.
Yeah, I think she got one. I don't know. I don't be checking for that.
She wore the pink wig and everything.
All I hear is "Hey best friend," doom when the girl James on TikTok. I don't hear nothing. Just TikTok dance.
I know that it's kind of like what they were saying about what your boy Big Ock was talking about the other day, where you go up to Hot 96 and go on the Breakfast Club. You're not getting that kind of push because I'm be real with you. I'm an older nigga now. I don't really care for that stuff, man. I TikTok. I hate that. I have to use TikTok. It's cute that we can get views like that, but I don't rock with TikTok like that, and I don't want to learn it. I don't want to learn it. I don't want to do no skits. I don't want to do none of that. I don't want to show you how I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So
just put hashtag FYP dog and give you.
I think as long as she can do stuff and continue to garner attention on TikTok and stuff and get those numbers, fuck the music, she'll be all right. They'll listen.
She a TikTok
yeah,
star.
but don't you think the music's what she's trying? That's what she wants, though, isn't it? She's trying to get. Aren't they trying to get the plaques and all that? And you're not going to get that from that.
Fuck them plaques. I need that bread. That's where I'm at.
Hey, I hear you,
Monte.
So you give me 2 million views. 50 million people have used my sound, or my song to do something. They might not have streamed on Spotify, but they streaming the hell out of on TikTok. So yeah, just as long as you get numbers somewhere, I don't think it matters.
That's what I said. Monterey.
You muted, my brother.
Oh yeah, Monte, you muted.
You muted, my good brother.
Oh, are we?
You muted?
Are we muted too?
You muted my. Hey,
we can't hear you, man.
My bad. Oh, I think the initial question was like, my bad, I forgot. I think my initial question, well, not mine, but his initial question was like, how can some of these rappers or artists, like the young ones, like sort of separate themselves? My main thing I say to them is find their niche and then like stick to it, like separate themselves in that niche. Like Coi Leray, like she is a good artist, but she seems like she fits more of the TikTok, the social media aspect, that personality aspect of her fits more in that niche. Maybe necessarily more than just like some of the musical aspects that we expect from artists nowadays. So I mean, find your niche and stick to it. It's mainly what I'm gonna say to you. Like find what works. Versus like, because the hardest thing I feel like for artists, I'm not a musical making artist of myself, but the hardest thing I've found or that I've seen is getting over that first album success. Because there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of one-hit wonders. Just calculate over the last, I ain't got to go calculate 2000 onward. We ain't got to go back into the 1990s and all them one.
That's too much.
Let's go from 2000 onwards. All the one-hit wonders, them first album popularity, and then after that, disappear. Like it's like either they didn't come out with nothing, or that second album just did not do much. They they gone. Like
or you can be Joe Budden and just figure out different ways to stay relevant.
That's what I'm saying. Like, figure out your niche and stick to it. Sometimes not always.
Yeah, make sure you chase down that car full of kids with a rock.
And a white
she
beater.
might be doing one thing versus
dirty white beater. It's gotta be dirty.
LMI was a banger last year and the year before. Her album right now is doing fine. I personally love her song DFMU because that's LMI. That's her niche. It fits. And it's working for her. So my thing is, if you find your niche, because you ain't necessarily gonna be like this artist, even if you are inspired by them, you ain't gonna be them necessarily. So
unless you Bruno Mars.
I mean, even Bruno Mars, even though
that man's voice, man's voice is the voice of an angel, though. You got the golden ticket.
Okay, we see like he got some Prince in him, some Michael Jackson in him. But Bruno Mars has his own sound still, though. It's not exactly the same.
Hey, let's go viral. Let's go viral. BTS be stealing from Bruno Mars.
I'm not in it. Boom. So either way, like
we're gonna get ratioed to death.
And if they find what works for them, market that. And whether it be in social media, whether it be in the music industry, or whatever case may be, if you find what works for you, once you get your 15 minutes of fame, you can extend that into hours and hours and hours. And I ain't just talking about the song, but just, that's how you do it. You can extend it to hours and hours and hours. You find what works for you. And it's really an intermediate aspect. Find what works for you, stick to it, grow that. That's how you separate yourself.
True. And I got one more hot question before we go into the next subject. How about this? Dan Snyder has been called by Congress. And it been reported that apparently he had 2 books, as we talked about before on the thing, but his books was one for the NFL and one for the government. And apparently he been laundering a little bit of money. Apparently he has season ticket holders that they can't get their say security deposit back, and it's under about what $2,500 per person on all them people. So basically, the question for y'all is, I'm gonna start off with Monte. Have we finally got Dan Snyder out of here after years of trying?
I can't say, because if the letters the first time, I'm talking about stuff with Braun and everything, if that didn't do the job, so man, you know what? I don't care. I don't care about the I think it's the Washington Commanders. Am I gonna make sure I get this right? I don't care about the Washington Commanders. Care about this at this point. I do not care, because I'm almost throwing them in the same bucket as freaking James Dolan and New York Knicks. I'm dang they're just putting them in that same bucket. Like I don't care at this point, unless the news is the owner is out. I do not, or some major superstars going there. I really don't care what they do at this point, because they're gonna continue to find stuff. You know what this came back to? This came back to all them emails, whatever they found with John Gruden or whatever. Because they found plenty of emails, and that's the only thing that came out was John Gruden. And no, he the only one that had issue. This came from that. There's plenty of other stuff they found up in there. They just not gonna say nothing. That's all that is. This came from that. I ain't worried about it at this point. Washington Commanders can do whatever they want to do. All I know is I'm trying to see what Carson Wentz looked like game one, to see, you know,
will he sprain both ankles
season or 10-7. I do not care.
Will Carson Wentz sprain both his ankles?
I do not care at this point.
Uniqo.
I'm just waiting for the blowback. They just giving us all the tips, and I mean they telling us all the stuff that they looking into, all that stuff. I don't care about that. I just want to see the punishment.
Yo, he stole from the owners, didn't he? Like they were supposed to put that in a pot together. So this be if he don't get got by this, he ain't getting got.
That's the only way it's going to be super interesting is a whole bunch of billionaires are in trouble, because we all know that everybody says, oh, the commissioner works for the owners, and the owners are really own the NFL, blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, I just want to see a rich man that doesn't hire coaches that only hires coaches that look like them. I want to see some blowback, and I bet we'll see a whole bunch of black owners. I mean, a whole bunch of black coaches coming down the line, because they're going to want to get the trust of the people back. I like when billionaires get in trouble. That's all I got to say, man. This dog is about to shit on himself, so I will be back.
Joe's trying to get us demonetized while he leave. I feel you. Tori, your thoughts, then we're going to get into the Will and Jada situation.
Sound like rich people doing rich people stuff, man. If there's billions of dollars involved, there's some money getting laundered somewhere along the line. Chances are, you'll never make that much money legally. It just ain't gonna happen. And unfortunately, white privilege will probably I mean, you got the right notes on the right people, you make stuff disappear. And when that kind of money's involved, I ain't putting nothing past nobody.
True. And we have our last topic today. It's a topic you are very familiar with. You probably hear it all the time. You can't stop seeing it on your timeline. The rumors are about somehow Jada is getting slandered for all this stuff coming out. And Will was the one that slapped the man. That's what I'm hearing on Twitter. But apparently Jada said, rumor is, I don't know if these stories are true. You know, websites say things. But apparently, the first one is on her show. She regrets her wedding. She didn't want to get married like that. Apparently, she said that on her show. But the alleged thing is she said she didn't support Will. We saw a video with Will looking traumatized, and a lot of people like, "Oh, he's acting." I'm like, bro, I think they deleted that whole thing, so I don't know if it was acting. Because if Will's acting, by the way, that man he didn't do this at 7 pounds, and he was like lost 100 pounds. And
he
was
need a couple more Grammys.
Yeah, I know this man looked like he was the most defeated man. All I know is the man told me that his social media, his life, and
yep, he said this is bread and butter.
Yes, so and he's suspended from the academy banned from the academy for 10 years. For me, I would have no problem being banned from the academy. I don't give a. When you say that, but I don't care about them. But Will, this is his life, this is his goals, this is his dream, that's things he loves, and he can't do it for 10 years, and it is quite sad Monte, your thoughts.
Give us a serious take.
Man, seriously, do not get swept up in media when it comes to Will and Jada. Please don't get swept up in the media, because man, I've seen so many rumors, so many memes.
It's been since the
So-
90s, Monte. I heard my cousin come to a thing. My cousin used to come in and say, "Hey, y'all heard Will Smith gay?" That what happened in the 90s.
No, bro, that is a real rumor that's been going around.
Since the 90s.
You can go.
But I ain't worried about that. Like that's
no jumper interviews.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
There are a bunch of people saying Will Smith.
I'm just saying.
That's minor. I'm not worried about that.
I'm just saying like, that's been going on since the 90s with Will. So I don't. They really.
I ain't worried about that. And it's still going on. Almost every freaking major African American movie star at a certain point. I don't care about that. I'm talking about don't get swept up in these media things when it come out. Oh, Jada said this, that. A lot of these sites are not verified. A lot of these sources are not good. A lot of these things are not real. Do not believe all the social media hype that she's in around Will and Jada. Having said all that, none of this is good for them. None of it is. Now, it might be good drama for maybe Red Table Talk or something like that. Who knows? But it is not good. No matter how you slice it, it's not good for Will. Like you can look at it at the entirety of the situation from everything of when it got out, or like when they admitted that they had like an open relationship, quote unquote, and go to that to everything with August to everything now. You can see that
now he got a new song out.
It is not good, and so now everything is playing, and all the reporting medias are saying like Will needs to take a break from acting. They're taking all of his movie deals and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is not necessarily true as just all these articles.
I know they said they've put a halt to him. I don't think they're going to take him away.
It's not that cut and dry. Please, it's not that cut and dry. Please, no, it's not that cut and dry. Just please do more research and all that kind of stuff before you go believe in everything they have said about Will and what's going on in his life. Now, with that being said, with the Oscars, banning it for 10 years, and it's not good. None of it's good publicity. And it can't have a mental effect on any man. I know that. But for everybody that's saying, oh, Will just needs to divorce Jada, people, you need to understand. Marriage, especially marriage, in when you have money, is way more of a business than anything else that you can realize. And when you are divorcing somebody, that's Dr. Dre, when you are divorcing anybody, even with prenups in place, it can get ugly. When both y'all have assets, when both y'all have made assets for years on years and everything, dividing them assets, especially when you have kids and everything, can get extremely ugly. And sometimes it is not as beneficial to divorce a person as it is to just stay with them and find something to make it work. I'm not saying that's what Will and Jada are doing. They ain't got nothing to do. I'm saying in general, when you have money and you get married, it can be ugly to divorce somebody and try to deal with masses. You can look at Kim and Kanye right now. And they ain't even started into the legal proceedings or anything about the asset. You can just see on the media.
They just got into status.
So everybody saying, oh, Will needs to divorce her. I promise you, it ain't gonna go that smooth. So let them work out their stuff. Let them work out their marriage. Let them work out everything they gonna work out. And we're gonna pray and support Will and support Jada and all the things. Just do not believe everything of the hype. Please don't, because social media is ugly right now too. Them two have went from probably the biggest example. I can probably say probably like about 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. Well, okay. Probably the biggest and best example of an African-American couple in Hollywood that everybody wanted to describe to be like. And everybody was like, oh, Will and Jada, they did a perfect couple. They together, they locked in. Skip a few years forward, man, they became public enemy number one when it comes to relationships and everything. It's ugly. So, just don't believe the hype. And when it comes to these celebrity couples, man, y'all better find a nice, good example of a couple to follow in your neighborhood, in your localized town, somebody that you know personally. Because going by all these famous ones, it's not all it's cracked up to be. That's all I say.
Yeah. Like Monte said, can't believe everything, allegations, all the crazy stuff. Hey, man, one thing I learned is Life is strange, and you can't believe everything you hear. But at the same time, sometimes you get crumbs into people's life, and you can kind of tell things. But at the same time, it ain't none of our business. Like I said the other day, you can say of Adam and Eve, even if Adam ate the apple from Eve, God still told him, "Why did you do it after I told you knew better?" So, life is life, and you get what you get out of it. Tori.
Okay.
Hey, bro, if you eat, if I gave you an apple and you knew it was bad for you and it was poison, you ate it. Who fault is it, Joe? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, Joe.
Jada needs to fight Amy Schumer for Will Smith's honor now.
Oh.
By the way, that's gonna be next week. I know I said this gonna be this week, but yeah, I'm driving to Texas, so I ain't gonna be able to film it.
She has to fight. She has to go smack some. She needs to go start an altercation with some woman that's offended her husband, or we ain't even Stevens, and he needs to. She threw him directly under the bus.
Yeah.
She was like, I didn't know, but you was sure cracking up after he went up there and smacked him, though. You was it's time for healing. Now how you gonna heal his movie career now that he's banned from the Academy for 10 years?
Luckily, it didn't happen when he was 23, and it happened when he was 53. So
yeah.
And
now I gotta worry about, you know how many brothers Chris Rock has? And all of them want beef with Will Smith.
Man, Tony Rock need to calm down, bro. Tony Rock, you didn't even have a career before Will and Jada hooked you up.
Well, but I'm saying you ain't got to have a career to beat up somebody that smacked your brother.
Hey,
that's the kind you got to worry about.
Somebody you don't have a career.
It's the Rock brother that's on unemployment that Will got to watch out for.
Tony researching who on unemployment.
I was gonna say they said there's like 10 of them. I know they ain't all doing gravy in comedy. One of them's down on their luck. One of them's got some kind of problem that they haven't been to therapy for, and that's gonna be the one that got done karate kicks Will Smith in the back of his head at a Jamba Juice or something.
Maybe he'll see me.
What a Jamba Juice?
I'm just saying.
Uniqo.
It's messed up. I feel bad for Will Smith because he was trying to show that chivalry wasn't dead, and now he is the butt of every joke for the foreseeable future. And his wife ain't doing nothing but making it worse.
Yeah. Your wife is your op, bro. That's where I'm at on the whole thing. Right now, your wife is your op. And
your main op. Like
your side. It's
I ain't seen nobody do anything more detrimental to Will Smith's career than what Jada Smith did that night by just not being able to take a joke.
Pretty much, and that's my stance on it. Is that like, say you battle rapping and you look on the other side, your wife is on the other side with the other rapper.
Oh,
the
wife is the ghostwriter, Joe. That's what you're saying,
man. Listen, that dude.
Ooh.
And that's
I love how that we both had opposite takes from Monte. We don't understand she is your op. We don't understand their marriage. That is your op.
Yeah, like at this point you need to understand like it's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that movie, like shit. They just get in the kitchen going like, man, no. But yeah, that's where I'm at, man.
Where would she be without Will?
We're about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all for watching and listening.
Set it off and go keep her famous forever. She didn't get the Matrix till after she was with Will.
But
just saying.
Yo, man, so when Spike Lee kind of fell off, never mind, we ain't gonna talk about it. We appreciate y'all for watching. Uniqo, what can they find you?
UniqoWilliams.com. It leads you, all roads lead to right here where you at right now.
Tori, what can they find you?
You already know, AfroCommie765 on everything.
Monte, what can they find you?
Your boy Monray Hudson. Catch on Instagram, on TikTok. Click the link tree. See everything I got.
Yeah, and you can find me below in the comments on the link tree below, and you can sit there and
the lady start, son.
Yeah, you can find me. Go find your buy. Laugh as LMA, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy with the Twitter, the IG, the book, the merch, all of that below. I appreciate y'all for watching.
Monray left the galaxy.
He did.
I'm dying.
He in another multiverse.
Universal, bro.
Monte in another universe. Peace. Like and subscribe. All that. Do all that. Come on.
Press all the buttons.
Yeah, all the buttons. All right. We were
Buy the merch.
Yeah, buy the merch. All of that. Okay, is it enough for the end screen to come on? All right, it's there. All right. Bye.